What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Anthony's Takes, and this is another movie review with
Santino.
Yeah, and we saw Rampage yesterday. I was gonna do it right after, but I had to go into work and work a very long shift, so finally doing this movie review right now. First thoughts. Now, as always, we're gonna talk non-spoilers, just give a review, and then we'll have our spoiler talk once I give the warning. If you haven't seen it, you could turn this off and go see it, and then come back and watch the rest of it. So, but if you don't know, Rampage definitely is based on a video game that came out in the 80s, and I remember playing it in the 90s. On either my cousin's or my older brother's Sega Genesis, and it was a lot of fun. Basically, you get to choose between either a gorilla, a crocodile, or the wolf, and you basically just level the city. Simple as that. Crush as many buildings as you can. So, so going into this, you could definitely expect it's just a popcorn movie, just there for the action. Of course, is starring Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who definitely lend a great character to this movie, and definitely gave the movie a little boost that it needed when it came to the characters being entertaining. And every time Jeffrey Dean Morgan came on screen, I just saw Negan. He was just acting his normal self. But if you've seen any other Jeffrey Dean Morgan movies, first time
Who's Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
The guy that plays Negan in The Walking Dead. And he also played the comedian in The Watchmen. That's the first time I can remember that I've seen him in a movie. Probably before that. I know he's been in a lot of movies, but he just acts his same demeanor in every role he has, whether he's Negan, the comedian, or this guy that's in, I can't remember his character's name in the movie Rampage, but he definitely I just saw Negan every time he came onto the screen. So that was definitely a good aspect of the movie. The Rock, you can't really blame The Rock for the bad screenplay in this movie, or the dialogue that was a little flat. So, what did you think about the movie?
It was good.
He liked it.
1 out of 10.
A what?
1 out of 10.
That's bad.
Why?
A 1 out of 10?
No, I got 10.
Oh, a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Why'd you say a 1 out of 10?
I'm just saying 1 out of 10 to like 3.
So he gives the movie a 10 out of 10.
And he gives the movie a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I would say a 7 out of 10. I just named the reasons why I'm gonna give it a 7. The bad dialogue. But it was.
What's the dialogue?
When the characters are talking to each other on screen.
So that was bad?
Yeah. It was.
So,
it was subpar. Bad script writing. Whoever wrote the script.
What's the script?
You're not gonna go to this kind of movie expecting Shakespeare or Hamlet or anything like that. So it was a good time out at the movies. I don't feel like I've wasted my money, watching this movie in the theater. It was pretty good. It was definitely something you needed to see in the theater, and we saw it in XD, but non-3D. This guy, he can't, see anything in 3D these days.
Yeah, because of it's like a crime because
yeah, sometimes his eyes get real watery when he wears those 3D, especially the IMAX 3D glasses. His eyes get real watery, and then he ends up rubbing his eyes, and then
And that happened when we were watching Civil War.
Civil War, yeah. He started rubbing his eyes, and then his eyes started burning because I guess his hands must have been dirty or had the butter from the popcorn or whatever. He started he had a little mini freak out in the middle of the theater. It's funny. But yeah, so it's definitely entertaining. Take your kids to go see it. Oh, but there were a lot of bad words in it, huh?
I don't remember, but the only thing I remember is that there's blood.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, yeah, not bad words. That's what it was. There was a lot of blood. And it
Yeah,
was
even
PG-13, right?
Yeah, and
It
there
was
was
PG-13,
like,
there was a
and
lot
one
of
person got crashed, like smashed by like one of the bad guys.
Yeah. So there was a lot.
And then he got smashed.
There was some blood splattering, and this we'll talk about it in the spoilers. But there was a specific part where he just covered his eyes, and I seen it coming the whole time. I was like, oh, Santino's gonna flip out. So towards the end of the movie, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, so he gives it a 10. I give it a 7. Let's talk spoilers. All right, so beginning of the movie, pretty good effects when they were in outer space. The scientists that were working on,
Wait, is it spoiler time?
Yeah, spoiler time.
And also on the ship was like about to explode because of
the
this
satellite that they were experimenting on.
Yeah, it was about to explode because of this like this mole.
It was a rat. It was a huge rat that they were experimenting on, and then decided to just kill everybody on board, and the ship was, about to explode, and the last astronaut that was alive still died because whoever was talking to them from on the ground on Earth was
the bad guys.
Yeah, and it was basically like, oh, bring back our researchers. You don't get to leave, or escape in the escape pods. That's pretty messed up. So she finally had to go back, get all these. What was it, like 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
Well, there was a suitcase. Well, that's the thing. I remember the suitcase. She had like 6 of them, but we only see 3 of them get used.
Yeah.
In the movie, so there's still.
And then when the ship exploded, the suitcase wasn't broken, but the thing. But
no, they did come out of the suitcase. Remember, they went to 3 different spots.
Yeah, but they didn't break.
Yeah. So yeah, those 3 things
and
had.
Then one of them went to George, the alligator, and the wolf.
And the wolf, yeah. So they all got infected. Of course, they start rapidly growing and then showing much more signs of aggression, speed, agility, strength.
And the bad guys made this sound and trying to make them.
So for some reason, for some stupid reason, they wanted to bring the creatures to Chicago at the top of a building, have this little sonar go off in their ears, only they could hear, to lead them to the city, and of course just leave a path of destruction,
smash,
just to try to get the DNA from those creatures so that they could weaponize it. Of course, we've seen that many times where they try to weaponize something that is that can make them a lot of money. So so that happened. So that's basically the gist of the story. And the guy, the brother and the sister that are in charge of the company, they were.
Remember that scene where there was a bunch of cops, trying to fight the wolf?
In the beginning, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah, they weren't. They were like a death squad, or a squad of mercenaries.
Yeah,
and Joe Manganiello, that's his last name. That was the guy that was leading that group that was trying to take down.
I thought he was gonna be a main character, but actually wasn't.
He's a good actor, and that's the guy supposedly who got casted to play Deathstroke in the solo Batman movie that may or may not happen.
Solo?
The Batman movie that may or may not happen.
Why did you say solo?
Because it's part of the DCEU, but it's just a Batman solo movie.
Oh.
Another Batman, but.
Why keep calling it solo?
Because he's by himself, without any of the other Justice League.
Well, if someone else is in it,
maybe.
Well, Superman would come and help Batman fight.
Yeah, but that movie may not even happen anymore, so.
How?
Because Ben Affleck might not be Batman anymore, so they have to find someone else, or I don't know what's going on.
I thought they already found him.
At the end of Justice League, they already had that.
We're not talking about Justice League.
Okay.
Just stop.
Never mind. Yeah. So it's still happening with or without Ben Affleck, maybe. So,
put the stick.
Oh yeah, so the part that he was extremely squeamish about, it wasn't even really a lot of blood. It was just, you know, the way that George killed the alligator with this rod that was in his chest, and he pulled it out and was able to just stick it in the eye of that alligator. That's really
maybe like
really got him to like close his eyes and put his head in my lap. That's pretty funny. And then even throughout the movie, like whenever someone got eaten or something like that, he got squeamish.
oh yeah, that guy, the leader of the guy who died, like got eaten by the wolf.
Yeah. In the beginning. But yeah, it was pretty good.
I remember that girl, one of the bad guys died by George by eating it.
Was it George that ate it or?
One of the bad guys because
George.
Because
they had the anecdote.
And they gave it to her, and then she
That's true. That was the only way they would get George to ingest it.
Or George grabbed her and then threw her and ate her.
Threw her up and ate her like a piece of popcorn just. And they showed everything. That was pretty good.
The monkey that
in the beginning?
Yeah, the monkey that was about to fight the new guy.
What new guy? Oh, when the monkeys were fighting against each other. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw that kind of blood.
There wasn't no blood there.
I saw blood when I showed them. Yeah?
No, it was just when George got in the way of the new monkey in the group, in the troop, try to go after this new student that The Rock was training, I believe. And
oh yeah, and there was this one scene, that part, when George stick the middle finger.
Oh yeah, he was laughing at that.
And Dwayne Johnson didn't tell him that he taught him that.
Oh yeah, no, he said, "Oh, I regret teaching you that." It's not funny anymore. Because George kept sticking a middle finger.
Instead of doing a fist bump.
Yeah.
He was doing this and then.
Yeah. Alright. So, let us know down in the comment section if you saw the movie. What did you guys think of it? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? But yeah, definitely it's a good time. It's a good popcorn movie to go see.
Why did you say popcorn?
It's a movie that's it's an action movie that,
that you need to bring popcorn.
No, not need to bring. It's just just a movie to it doesn't really provoke that much thought, or it's not as, it's just a action movie that doesn't need good acting.
Like Infinity War. Does Infinity War need?
Hopefully, Infinity War is gonna have a lot of good acting.
Yeah. Did the rest of the Avengers movies had good acting?
Yeah. A good story. Age of Ultron. Yeah, I don't know. It was a kind of could have been a little bit better, especially when it came to Ultron and how they portrayed Ultron.
And how Vision came back to life.
Came to life?
Yeah.
No, that was okay with me. But it's just, they kind of made
that means it sucks?
No, it does suck, but it's the least favorite Avenger movie of mine.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's okay.
Better than the first one.
Yeah. Oh, really? I think the first one's better.
How? So that means the first one is gonna be better than Avengers Infinity War?
No, I don't think
That's impossible.
I don't think so. But it's just that they shot and missed when it came to portraying Ultron. Anyway, let's get this over with. We're talking about Avengers on a Rampage movie review. Alright, so if you enjoyed our movie review, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. If you did not,
don't like you, you're mean, I don't care about you.
Yeah.